Hi, everybody, and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're all doing well. So, Arsenal have secured a 2-0 victory over Olympiacos at the Emirates Stadium in their second Champions League game. That makes it 2 wins from 2 games for the Gunners, who have yet to concede a goal. Now, to the game itself, in the first half, Arsenal dominated, and crucially, they scored an early goal, courtesy of Gabriel Martinelli. Good work from Victor Gyökeres, who fought off a couple of defenders and got his shot off. The keeper hit the keeper, but Martinelli very intelligently followed through and was able to poke the ball into the back of the net, giving Arsenal a very crucial early goal. They had started the game brightly and controlled the possession, and getting that goal showed a clear intent to play fast attacking football, with the emphasis being to play balls in behind the Greek-sized defence. And that was an excellent start. As I said, Gyökeres using his strength to brush off a couple of defenders, get his shot off, was parried by the goalkeeper. But like I said, Martinelli in the right place at the right time, taps in the rebound to put Arsenal 1-0 up. Now, Arsenal went on to dominate pretty much the rest of the half. Olympiacos, they were forced to really just rely on counter-attacking. But when they did get a chance to counter-attack, they did so quite well. And, I think they were a threat on the counter. David Raya was forced into a crucial one-handed save to deny a point-blank volley even, from Daniel Podence, former Wolves player. So that helped to preserve Arsenal's 1-0 lead. But Arsenal, as I said, they did dominate the play and they had opportunities to extend their lead before the half-time whistle. Victor Gyökeres had a shot saved, then saw another one go just wide. Gabriel Magalhaes went close with a header from an Odegaard corner. In the second half, Olympiacos, to their credit, they fought back and pushed forward. And in the second half, they actually grew into the game and had their moments. They created some moments of pressure and they forced Arsenal to defend a bit deeper than they did in the first half. And they also had a disallowed goal. I mean, Olympiacos briefly thought they had an equaliser when a header was saved by Raya and a rebound was put into the empty net. However, the goal was correctly ruled out for offside. Shortly after, Arteta made some changes to try and regain control of the match. He made a number of substitutions. He brought on key players like Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze. Martin Odegaard, I've got to mention him. He had a really good game. He was lively throughout, made some intelligent play. And he did have a fantastic opportunity to actually seal victory after a great run and a cross from Saka. Odegaard's close-range volley was brilliantly saved by the keeper, and Odegaard followed up, but that was blocked by one of the Olympiacos defenders. But just as you're thinking that Arsenal were labouring to a 1-0 win, Saka seals the win in extra time, just as the match was entering stoppage time, and with some of the Arsenal fans, myself included, growing a bit nervous. Bukayo Saka puts the game to bed. He receives a pass from Odegaard, drives into the box, squeezed in a low shot, went through the legs of the keeper to make it 2-0 to Arsenal, and the game was effectively over at that point. So Arsenal go on to win the game 2-0. Some match statistics and key performances worth mentioning. Possession-wise, Arsenal dominated possession throughout the game. I think they had registered something like 61% possession overall to Olympiacos 39%. Shots on goal, Arsenal had 16 shots on goal to Olympiacos 10. Shots on target, Arsenal 5, Olympiacos 3. In terms of the key players in this game, I would say that Martin Odegaard was man of the match, deservedly so. He was instrumental in Arsenal's attacks, and he provided the key passes for both Arsenal's goals. Got to give an honourable mention to David Raya. Made a couple of really good saves. One of his saves was a superb save when it was only 1-0, and it was a pivotal moment of the match, and it prevented Olympiacos from getting a foothold in the game. Got to mention Gabriel Martinelli. He scored the first goal, which is obviously the crucial goal, and was a bit of a threat on the right wing. Although I thought some of his end product wasn't the best. Bukayo Saka, got to mention him. He's got the second goal, made a significant impact after coming on as a substitute and scoring the goal that secured the win. Got to also big up Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I thought looked good. I thought he came in at left back and had a really steady performance, won most of his duels, was able to get forward and provide some attacking play as well. So well done to him. So yeah, David Raya, Bukayo Saka, but Martin Odegaard for me was man of the match. And I thought he had a really good game. And for Arsenal fans, that's really pleasing to see Martin Odegaard getting back to some of his best form. Last season, unfortunately, he suffered from injury and loss of form, and he was nowhere near the player that we know he can be. So for him to, in the last couple of games, get back to showing his best is really good news for Arsenal. And yeah, going forward, that's a great look. It also gives the manager a decision to make in terms of who he wants to play at number 10. Will it be Odegaard? Will it be Eze? That has been an ongoing debate amongst Arsenal fans. But for Odegaard to get back to his best will be something that the manager and also fans will want to see. Yeah, that was a great look, a great game in terms of, it wasn't a enthralling performance, but, you know, it was a professional job. They got the job done. They didn't concede a goal. And yeah, Arsenal, 2 games, 2 wins in the Champions League. They go 5th in the Champions League table, currently behind the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG, and Inter Milan, but on goal difference. So yeah, it's a good look for Arsenal. As I said, to go 2-2 in the Champions League, not concede any goals is a good look. That I would also have to say, though, and be fair, they haven't played the strongest of opposition. We played Bilbao in our first game, we beat them, and obviously beaten Olympiacos tonight. So the games will get tougher as the competition progresses. But nevertheless, you can't argue with an unbeaten start, 2 games played, 2 games won, no goals conceded, players getting back to their best. So that's great to see. I would say, though, Victor Gyökeres, he could do with a goal. I mean, I've got to say, incrementally, he's looking better each game. He did look a threat tonight. He held up the ball well. He was a bit of a nuisance up top, which is good to see. However, unfortunately, I've got to point out that this was his 5th game on the trot now without a goal, so he badly needs a goal. We're hoping that he can get that corrected against West Ham, who also play this weekend. So yeah, Victor Gyökeres, a slight concern that he's not got any goals for the club since his brace against Notts Forest, so he needs a goal badly. But I think if he keeps on carrying on and keeps doing what he's doing at the moment, he will get better fortune in front of goal. I think it's only a matter of time. And so, yeah, all in all, it's a good night for Arsenal. And they will no doubt be in a good, confident mood for what could be a very tough game this weekend against West Ham. It's at home. But West Ham have done well against Arsenal at home in the last couple of seasons. They've also got a new manager, so there'll be a bit of a new manager bounce with Nuno taking over. West Ham got a decent result during the week at Everton. They came from behind to get a 1-1 draw. So they'll be coming to the Emirates with something to prove. But I think Arsenal will be too strong for them. I think at the moment, Arsenal are looking good. And I do believe they have, if not the strongest squad in the Premiership, then certainly no one has a stronger squad. You know what I mean? I think with the possible exception of Liverpool. So, yeah, I think Arsenal can go into that game with real confidence, real good heart. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. But anyway, that's all for me. Thanks for watching LL Sports TV. Much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.